Hi, my name is Russ Emanuel. I'm the director of Staycation, and thank you to the Cinema Fodder International Film Festival 25 for accepting the film. How did I come up with the idea for this film? It started in 2020 with my late filmmaking partner, Emil Harris, who passed away, unfortunately, in 2023. We came up with the idea together during the beginning of the COVID pandemic. This film is a satire comedy horror film about a pandemic, a global pandemic. So we thought the global audience would be able to understand this subject material that we were doing. And at that time, everything was shut down, and we took it as a challenge upon ourselves to make a feature film during a pandemic. And it took 4 years, but we were able to do it. And roadblocks, well, there was a strict COVID compliance because we used actors like Olivia Dabo, which means we had to go with SAG-AFTRA, and the Screen Actors Guild was very strict, and rightfully so, because we didn't want to get anybody sick with COVID. And so it did eat into our budget and into our efficiency of filming because there was COVID compliance, including we shot in a warehouse called Envision A Studios, and every hour we had to air the place out. And it didn't matter if there was a 8-minute take, 6 minutes into it, we just had to shut it down and air out the place for a couple minutes, and then we restart filming. So the human and financial resources of this film production, well, there was about 300 cast and crew, including 100 actors, and it was a challenge because quite a lot of people, and we filmed over 2 years, 30 shoot days over 2 years, and I think that was November 2020 to November 2022. I did raise private capital, but we also did a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo, and fortunately we were successful, 212%. But that means then we had a lot of perks. We had to fulfill those perks, but that is the name of the game. Challenges while shooting this film? Well, COVID. And the fact is we shot over 2 years, which means there was continuity issues. And we had to make sure that we were on top of the game in terms of continuity. For instance, people's hairstyles. Actor Sean Kenny of Star Trek, we filmed him twice, but he played a character where it basically took place at the same time. We filmed him a year apart, which means we had to match his look, and hopefully you cannot tell. How different was what you originally envisioned the film being like and how it eventually turned out? Well, we started out with a 15-minute film called Quarantine, and that was the first 15 minutes of Staycation. And based on that, we did a crowdfunding campaign, and it just kept growing and growing. And God bless my late filmmaking partner, Emil Harris. He was the writer of this film, as well as the DP and editor. And he was able to write a coherent story. And he wrote, he had an idea of writing, an A story about two young girls, college-age girls, Britt and Marnie. And basically, they're stuck in their house because of the pandemic and nobody can leave. And they are the A story. And that A story became the glue on top of everything else we filmed, and he was able to make it into one coherent story. So it was definitely a challenge. So our target audience is the horror genre, but also Star Trek and Star Wars, because our actors are, they were in Star Trek and Star Wars. Olivia Dabo was in Star Wars and Star Trek. Sean Kenny, Tracy Coco, they were both in Star Trek. And Eileen Dietz, one of our actresses, she was Pazuzu in The Exorcist, so that's the horror genre. We worked with Kelly Maroney and Lorraine Landon, and they were, big 80s stars. And, basically we wanted to target genre people. So promotion and distribution plans. Well, we were fortunately able to get distribution with a company called Twin Engines Global. And they're the distributor of the trending horror film Screenboat. So we're going to have a release in the summer 2025 under the name Apocalypse Death Party. You can go to russem.com, russem.com. That's my website for more information. So why should people watch this film? I just hope you're entertained, and it does tell us a social commentary on the pandemic and how people relate to it, or reacted to it. And hopefully, again, you're entertained for these 94 minutes. So again, the social media links, I mentioned russem.com. And from there, you can go to any of the sites, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So I think that's also, Facebook is Meta, Twitter is X. And yeah, I just want to say thank you again to the 9th Annual Cinema Fodder International Film Festival 2025. Thank you so much for having us, and thank you for everybody who is listening to this message and will watch this film. And again, I hope you're entertained, and God bless everybody. Thank you.